Welcome, friends, it's our day to join Miss Amber in theater play, to open a book and take a look and dance and act and sing and play.
Welcome to Theater Play today, and today we're going to talk about space. But before we do that, we need to do this. That's much better. And we've got to meet this guy. Oh, this is Marvin. Marvin the mouse. He is a brave little mouse because he works at an intergalactic shipping company, and it's called Earthazon. Today, he has lots of packages that he has to deliver all over the solar system. And he's invited us to come and help him. Isn't that awesome? Now, he's very good at finding his way around the solar system because he's been delivering packages for a very long time. But there's a package he has to deliver that's in a place he's never gone before. So I think we need to help him. Are you ready? Come on! Outer space is a very big place, and you can't breathe in space without a special spacesuit, unless you are Marvin. Now, little Marvin has delivered many important packages here before, but today he's going to part of the solar system he has never been before. Lucky that Marvin brought his map. Marvin, can we look at your map too? Let's see. On Marvin's map, there are many symbols that help us know where to go. First, we have this symbol. This is the symbol for the sun. The sun is a star just like all the other stars we see in the sky. It just seems big and bright because Earth is so close to it. This is a symbol for Mercury, a planet that is burning hot in the day but freezing cold at night. And this is the symbol for Venus. Venus is the brightest planet in our sky, and we can see it up in the sky early in the morning. Oh, this is Earth, a very special planet because it is our home, and it is the only planet we know of that has living things. Sometimes we call it the blue planet. Now this is the moon, and the moon circles all the way around the Earth. You see that? Then we will go past planet Mars, the red planet. Mars is filled with volcanoes and deserts. These squares are symbols of an asteroid belt. Asteroids are rocks that circle or orbit around the sun. This is Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest of all the planets. And next is Saturn. Saturn is Marvin's favorite planet because it has rings made out of ice chunks that orbit or circle around the planet. Here we have Uranus. Uranus has 5 moons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's funny because it circles or orbits around the sun sideways. And finally, we have Neptune, the last planet in our solar system. It would take Marvin 500 years to fly there in an airplane, but luckily, he has a magic spaceship that can get him there really fast. This is the map of the solar system. Marvin, do you have to go far? Oh, you do? How are you going to do it? Oh, that's right. You have your magical spaceship. It sounds tricky, but we're ready. How are we going to get there? Okay, our first stop will be the moon, right here. Then we'll go through the asteroid field to Saturn, because we have another package to drop off there. last, we'll go all the way to the last planet, Neptune, way out in the solar system.
Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. We have lift off.
Here Marvin goes to the moon.
It's quiet on the shining moon tonight. We've seen its picture from our satellite. Now all the stars are winking, brightening the sky. Lonely planets blinking, so it's time to try. Perhaps we'll reach the shining moon tonight. It's quiet on the shining moon tonight.
Oh, he's landing on the moon. Okay, Marvin, let's give the Martians the package.
All right, Marvin. Great job delivering that package. Okay, let's get going. Oh, do you hear that? There's a message coming in on the radio. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's our friends, the Martians.
Thank you, Marvin the Mouse from Earth, for our package. Now, to leave, you must first answer 3 questions. For the answers, you will have to look on your map.
Look on the map, they say. All right.
Question number 1. Find the planet that is gray or black and closest to the sun.
Black or gray? Well, this one's blue, and this one's red, and this one, Mercury. It's closest to the sun.
That is correct.
All right, kids. You helped us get that one right.
Question number 2. Find something on your map that is the shape of a square.
All right. Let's see. I see lots of circles that are planets. Oh, you're right. The asteroids in the asteroid belt. They are squares. Good job, Marvin.
Oh, question number 3. Find the biggest planet on your map.
Oh, that one's easy. The biggest planet is... no. Here. Jupiter.
Congratulations, you have answered every single question correctly. You are now free to go on your way. Have a nice journey.
All right, Marvin. We answered all the questions right. Now we can move on to the next delivery. Do you remember where we go next? Let's look at the map. We'll go through the asteroid field to Saturn.
All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. I see the red planet, Mars. See you later, Mars. Uh-oh. I see Jupiter. Bye, Jupiter. And, oh no, here comes the asteroid field. Watch out! Oh, man, that was a close call, Marvin. Oh my goodness. Here is Saturn. off that package, Marvin. Careful, Marvin.
Journey into space. Max and Rosie had been given another important mission. They went to the lab at the Space Center to find out more.
It says we're to fly into space in a rocket to reach the International Space Station,
said Rosie, reading the instructions.
Why?
Asked Max.
To take some seedlings to the scientists on board the ISS,
replied Rosie.
It doesn't say what they're for, though. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Before they could go into space, Rosie and Max had to do a lot of training. First, they had to learn how to fly the rocket.
Watch out!
Cried Max. Rosie swerved out of the way of a pretend satellite.
Phew, just missed it,
she said. Then they dived in the Space Center swimming pool to practice wearing their spacesuits. At the bottom of the pool, they explored a replica of part of the ISS. And finally, they flew a plane that climbed thousands of meters high, then suddenly dived down. As the plane went into a free fall, Max and Rosie became weightless, just like they would be in space.
I think I'm gonna like zero gravity,
chuckled Max as he did a somersault. After all the training, Max and Rosie were finally ready to go into space. At last, when the fuel tanks were full and all the last checks had been made, the engines started to rumble. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lift off!
Shouted Max and Rosie together. The booster engines roared. Max and Rosie clung on tightly as the rocket blasted up through the Earth's atmosphere.
Thunk! What was that?
Asked Rosie. Max peered out through the portal.
Don't worry, he said. It's just the boosters dropping away. We've used up all the fuel that we need for liftoff, so there's no point in carrying the extra weight. Clunk! There goes the core of the rocket,
said Max as they continued whizzing up and up. Finally, the last piece of the rocket dropped away, leaving just the capsule where Rosie and Max sat.
Sure is dark up here,
said Max. Rosie and Max looked through the portal at the Earth spinning slowly on its axis far below.
Wow!
They gasped. White clouds swirled over rippling blue oceans. They could see ridges of mountain ranges running through bright green rainforests and vast yellow deserts.
It's beautiful,
Max whispered. Rosie nodded. They both suddenly felt very small and very far from home.
There's the space station. Let's go,
said Rosie. Rosie took controls and carefully navigated towards the International Space Station, ISS.
This is the tricky bit,
she said. She steered the capsule slowly towards the docking module on the ISS, inching closer and closer until... Clang! The capsule clicked into place, linking safely with the docking module. Rosie and Max undid their seatbelts, opened the hatch, and floated into the ISS.
Welcome aboard,
cheered the astronauts.
My name's Alice. Come and look around. There are sleeping pods,
said Alice, pointing to a snoozing astronaut who was strapped to the wall.
And here are the treadmills. Without gravity, our muscles get weak easily, so we exercise for 2 hours every day. And here's the canteen. Alice gave them sachets of space food.
Max squeezed the sachet, and a round drop of liquid spun slowly upward. "Wow!" he cried, and caught the droplet in his mouth.
We're using the seedlings you brought us to find out how things grow in space. They'll help us work out how to make clean air and water here in orbit. Wow,
whispered Rosie.
That's a big job for such tiny seedlings.
Suddenly an alarm blared, and red lights started flashing.
Oh no! A micrometeorite has punctured one of the solar panels,
said Alice.
Can you two fix it?
Sure, said Max and Rosie, putting on their spacesuits. The two explorers went out through the airlock and carefully made their way toward the solar panels. They unscrewed the damaged section and replaced it with a shiny new panel. Oops, said Rosie as she put the drill down.
Good thing it's attached to my spacesuit.
When they got back inside the station, it was time for Max and Rosie to head back to Earth. They went through the hatch into their capsule.
Thanks for your help. Thanks for your help,
said Alice. The ISS drifted into the distance as their capsule started to fall towards Earth. The parts of the capsule that weren't needed fell away, leaving Max and Rosie in the snug descent module. Soon they were plummeting down through Earth's atmosphere. The outside of the module blazed red hot.
I'm glad we're safely in here,
said Rosie. At last, the parachute opened with a
whee!
Rosie and Max shouted. They landed in a grassy field with a bump, bump, thud. Rosie pulled herself out of the little hatch, then helped Max haul himself out.
Now I miss zero gravity,
she giggled. A crowd of scientists were waiting for them when they landed. Well done, Rosie and Max. Woohoo, you did it, they cheered. How was space? Rosie and Max looked at each other and grinned.
It was out of this world,
they said together.
It was out of this world.
The science behind the story. The International Space Station is a large laboratory floating hundreds of kilometers above the Earth. It's made up of lots of different pieces, or modules, attached to a long metal backbone. Scientists visit for 6 months at a time to do experiments and find out how things work in space. They train for years to learn how to navigate and use complex equipment. Training even includes swimming in a pool with a life-size model of the space station. The pressure of the water helps astronauts practice repairing the station in conditions that are almost like zero gravity. Scientists travel to the station in a rocket called a Soyuz. They sit in a small capsule on top of several huge engines and fuel tanks. Most of the fuel is used in the first few seconds of takeoff, so the rocket is programmed to let go of the empty tanks, which fall back to Earth. Life in space stations is much like life on Earth, except for zero-gravity conditions. Scientists sleep and eat, exercise, and do experiments, as well as play games, watch films, and have fun.
Here we go. Oh, passing Uranus. Oh, passing Moon 1, 2, Moon 3, 4, and Moon 5.
And now we're finally here, planet Neptune. All right, Marvin. All right, kids. We did a great job getting Marvin to Neptune, the last planet in the solar system. But it's time to go back home. I hope you had a fun day with Marvin and I. See you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you later, alligator. Say bye, Marvin.